Today in this video I will discuss about how we can extend an OmniScript element. So in OmniScript, basically whatever the element we get, or whatever the functionality we get of the element, all are the out of the box. But if there is a requirement you wanted to add some extra features using the LWC, then how we can extend an element. So let's take an example. If you go to and just OmniScript, so this is a fresh OmniScript, okay, and I just added this select element, okay. So and if I wanted to get the value of the select element from the type field, okay? And select element is nothing but just it gives an option to select particular value from the drop down. So if I will preview this select element, so you can see I can choose one of the value and this value will be coming in the JSON. Selected one is basically the name of this element and integrator is the value that I have choose from the drop down. So whatever the value I'm choosing, it will be coming over here as a value of selected select one. Select one is the element name. So this coming the value and giving the name labels and choosing the value, this all things is out of the box. But if there's some functionality that you wanted to meet, you wanted to add some extra feature which is not available out of the box, means it's not provided by the Salesforce or Velocity, and you wanted to add some features, you wanted to make your custom logic as well, then in that case you have to create your own LWC and then you have to give the name of the LWC over here. So how we can extend an element in the OmniScript, I will just discuss step by step. So first of all, I would like you to request you to please subscribe my channel if you wanted to know or learn velocity things. Going forward, I'm going to add some more videos. So so first step, okay. First step is if you wanted to extend an element, okay. So if you wanted to extend an element, what you have to do, go to this folder and then you have to download this folder. So what is this folder all about? So if you go to this Omni Studio documentation, okay, so here in the documentation they have given the reference of one folder where all the templates, HTML of the element and the necessary method is mentioned, okay, which is basically required when while you are extending an element. So you have to basically download this folder. I will just paste the link in the description of this video so you can download it. So in my folder I have already downloaded it in my PC. So you can see this is that folder open source and here are the example and this is the templates. So what you have to go do, you have to basically download this, you have to basically go to this particular folder and you have to download this folder, okay. And so let's suppose that if I wanted to extend to the select element, so this is the select element. So in that case, what I have to do, I have to go and search the select element. There is a select element, okay. If I go down here, you can see this is a select element, okay. And if you will open this HTML source file, so this is a template, okay. So this is a template that you got it, you get it from this folder for the select element. And readme is basically a file where you can get the necessary methods, okay, and the library that you have to import, okay. So this is the library they have mentioned over here, okay. So I wanted to extend this element, select element. So for to basically extend this element, I have to create my custom LWC and then I have to give the reference, and before creating the custom LWC I have to download this folder, and then after downloading this folder you have to go to this OmniScript select file. From there you can get the HTML and the readme file where you can get the necessary methods, okay. So back to my slide, and then second point is, second step is you have to create your custom LWC. So you just have to create the LWC, okay, whatever the name you are giving. So I have already created one LWC, okay, here HTML and JS, okay. So what you have to do, you have to create just a custom LWC, and whatever the HTML which is coming from this folder, this HTML, you have to just copy and then you have to paste in your LWC like control A, control V. Okay. And then whatever the C is mentioned over here, okay, you have to replace this C with the namespace of your license. So my namespace is velocity CMP. If it is INS, then you have to give the reference of INS. Okay. So I'm just doing control Z so that I can show you whatever the changes I have done. So I already pasted this template, this HTML file over here in my LWC, and I have also added some of the changes that I wanted to show you how I have made some changes in the out of the box element. And this is the JS file. Okay. So once you created your custom LWC, you have to just copy and paste the HTML file, whatever the HTML you're getting from this folder. And second thing is JS. So in the JavaScript, you have to basically import some libraries. So what are those libraries? So it's mentioned you have to second. So first sub point of this custom element is custom LWC. Creating custom LWCs, you have to basically paste the template HTML that you have got it from the folder. And second thing is then you have to import the necessary libraries. So if I am extending this element, select element, so I'm extending the select element. So in that case, I have to basically import the select element library. Okay. So if I go to my folder, so from where I can get this name, like which library I have to import. So you have to basically open this readme file, and in the readme file you can basically find out this is the library that I have to import while I'm extending particular element. So I'm extending select element, so I will just open this one, and then from there I can get the library name. So I just got the library name is OmniScript select. And you have to also import the OmniScript base mixin, and then you have to extend both of the element from the library. And second thing is that if you are basically changing, if you're making any UI changes, let's suppose that this is the out of the box HTML that we have received from this file. But if you wanted to make some changes and then you have to render those changes inside the OmniScript, then you have to basically import the HTML tag, HTML file. So HTML file is same extend element dot HTML, and then you have to render this particular file using this render method. Okay, so as of now everything is clear. So if you're going to extend an OmniScript element, you have to go to this folder. Okay, this folder, I will just paste the link, and then you have to navigate to a particular element you wanted to extend, and then you have to get the HTML file and the paste that HTML file in your custom LWC and make the necessary changes, whatever the changes you wanted to do. And then in the JS, you have to import some libraries. Okay, you have to import some libraries. So first is the element you wanted to extend, and second is OmniScript base mixin, and then you have to extend both. And if you're making any changes in the HTML, then you have to import that HTML, and then you have to render it using the render method. Okay, I hope till this we are clear. And if you wanted to make some custom changes in the JS, you can make the changes in the JS. And so basically in the select element, if you basically analyze this HTML, okay, so this is nothing but this is a combo box. So in this combo box, we have the method called on change. Okay, so on change is nothing but whenever you are basically choosing the value now, whenever you are basically choosing or changing the value, so this event got fired. So if I will just change the value, so basically event is getting fired, this event is getting fired on change, and then whatever the configuration that customization you have done, it will just work like that. So handle changes is the event handler, and then there you can basically make the necessary changes. Okay, so in the out of the box you cannot add any any kind of icon and all. So you can see if you just go to the design, you cannot find out any option where you can add any custom label before this select element. So this is the actual OmniScript where I have embedded this select element, okay, and then I have given the reference of my this particular LWC here, okay. The LWC name is extend element. I have given the reference here, extend element, and if I basically, okay, so and if you wanted to basically test this LWC, you have to activate this one, because after the activation it will just deploy the LWC. So without activation of the OmniScript you cannot preview your LWC changes. So now I'm just going to preview this. So this is my custom sorry, this is my out of the box element where I have embedded my LWC. So you can see that there is an icon. So this icon is coming from my extended HTML. So I pasted the HTML from here, and on the top of that I have added this markup icon, velocity CMT icon. Okay, so this that's why this icon is getting rendered here. Okay, so that's why the icon is rendering here, and then in my JS, so in my JS, okay, so you can see the help text is also coming. I am Gagan. So I have given the help text I am Gagan as well. So this is nothing but this is the value we are giving, the hard coded value over here in the help text. So you can see there is one property called help text. You must be getting, so here you can see, okay, help text to, I'm just giving this value from my JS only. And now let's suppose that there is some requirement, like if a customer is choosing analyst, customer, or the investor. I think I'm right. Okay, customer, partner, and analyst. So if I am choosing customer, partner, or analyst, so in that case I basically want to pass the value to this OmniScript JSON as a stakeholder. Else else I just wanted to give the same value. So if I'm choosing the analyst, I just wanted to give the value as a stakeholder. Okay, and if I wanted to choose customer or partner, so again the same. No, not the partner, I think. Let me check. Oh, analyst, right? So analyst is coming as in this, and then for investor, not analyst, and then customer, right? So I think there's some issue. Maybe the changes is not deployed correctly, maybe. So I have to make some changes in my logic. So but you can see, like whenever I'm choosing the analyst, so value is coming as a stakeholder. Else if whatever the value I'm choosing, it's just giving the same value, right? So how basically I'm basically passing the value this JSON from my LWC. So for that you have to use one method. So in the third step you can see you have to use this method omni apply call response if you want to pass a JSON back to the OmniScript, okay, from your LWC. So this is the method, and then you have to just construct your JSON, and then from your LWC you can pass the value. So you can see here this is the handler. So whenever I'm basically changing the value in the select element, this event is getting fired, this handle change, and inside the handle change we are constructing our JSON using this method, and then we are passing the value based on the value I have chosen. Okay, now so what I have just created my custom LWC. I have tested. Okay, so what is the next step? So I mean, I have not tested, but I just created my custom LWC. So next step is you have to basically give the reference of this LWC element inside the element here. Uh, Here you have to just give the reference. Okay, this is my LWC, and then whatever the changes you have done, it will be those changes will extend the out of the box functionality of this element. This is the text element. Okay, here in the text element I have also extended. So if I go to my LWC, So here if you see, right, so this is nothing but this is a text element, and in the text element you can see test data is coming, right? So test data, so I have just hard coded the element value, so that's why the test data is coming before even I'm giving any input, right? Placeholder. Okay, so this was something that I was testing. So, and you can do some other things as well. Okay. So this is basically a method which is coming, which I just get to know by going to this folder. If you go to the this folder, and if you go to the test element, this is a test element, and if you go to the readme, so here in the readme you can see this is the method, and in this method basically if you wanted to change the value of any variable init component variable, then you can just override it. So I was just testing this. So this is how you can basically extend the element. So I will just recap again using my slide. So first of all, you have to go to the folder. I will just paste the link in the description. So this is a folder where you can basically get each and every element template and some necessary methods. Second is you have to create your custom LWC like this, and then you have to paste the HTML from your folder. Okay, and then you have to change this tag as well. It will be like C, and then you have to give the namespace. Okay, and then in the JS you have to import the necessary libraries. So you have to import the library. So how I can know about the library? You have to just go to the readme, and then in the first line you will get to know like you have to import this element. Okay, and after that you have, if you wanted to pass the value from LWC to OmniScript, in that case you have to use this method omni apply call response, and then you have to construct the JSON, and then you have to activate the LWC, and then you have to preview. So this is it. If you have any query, you can comment out, or you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, uh, on my LinkedIn profile. And I would request you to please subscribe my channel so that I can share some more valuable videos. Thank you.